Let's keep on looking for the light. Oh, can't you see the morning after? It's waiting right outside the storm. Why don't we cross the bridge together?
William Federer is our special guest this hour. Bill, always great having you with us. Thank you very much for joining us. And by the way, Exo Nation, Bill's article, Mosque of Conquest, is going to be in the August edition of the X Chronicles newspaper, so you'll be able to read this great article. And Bill, what would you like to leave the Exo Nation with tonight? Do we need a wake-up call? Because, most people that I know, Bill, and I'm sure you run into this all the time, believe that Islam is only a religion. They don't see the other two aspects of it. It's very well concealed. Or is it so much in the open that we just don't pay attention?
It's sort of interesting. I have a quote from Eisenhower, and when the 1950s and the Cold War was beginning, and he talked about the communists, and he says, no group can use the First Amendment as a sanctuary from which to destroy the First Amendment. In other words, you can't say, hey, I want the freedom of speech too, but you want to set a system of government up where there is no freedom of speech. And but let's for a moment set aside the religion of Islam and just look at it from a political military point of view. As a political military system, Islam has two qualities. One, global conquest, and two, wherever it takes over, non-adherents are not equal. You go to any Muslim country and see that, and look through any era in history and see that. We have 1,400 years. Global conquest, and wherever they take over, non-adherents are not equal. Question, what other political military systems has the world had to face in the last 60 years that, one, had a global conquest aspect to them, and two, wherever they took over, non-adherents were not equal? Well, I'm half German, but in the 1930s, we had to say, look, we love the German, but we have to identify and stand against this political military system of Nazism. Why? It has a global conquest aspect to it, and two, wherever it takes over, non-Nazis like Jews are not equal. And we love the Japanese, but we had to identify and stand against Emperor Hirohito's imperialism. Why? He's killing thousands in Nanking, China, and taking over the Philippines and Korea and killing people. And we love the Italians, but we had to identify and stand against Mussolini's fascism. And we love the Russians and the Chinese, but we had to identify and stand against communism. Why? It has a global conquest aspect to it, and two, wherever it takes over, non-communists are not equal. Well, today, we love the Arab, the Indonesian, the Turk, the Egyptian, but we have to identify and stand against the political military system of Islam. Why? It has a global conquest aspect to it, and two, wherever it takes over, non-adherents are not equal. So we're not talking about their religion, what direction to bow and how many virgins are going to embarrass. We're talking about the political and military applications. It's really no different if Hitler would have called Nazism a religion.
Right.
Would we have said, oh, it's a religion, excuse me, yeah, teach it in the schools, yeah. Go ahead and recruit, and you can, call Jews apes and pigs, and it's okay, if it's just a religion. And so we, in the West, have to make a decision. Do we want to preserve a form of life where everybody's equal? If the answer is yes, if we think equality is a good idea, then we need to say, wait a second, it's not compatible with Islam, because wherever Islam takes over, equality leads. You lose your freedom of speech. You lose your freedom of dress. If you're a woman, you could be raped if you go down the street and you're not dressed with a veil or a burqa. You lose these different things. Yeah. And so, anyway.
Bill, you and I have to say so long for tonight. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Always look forward to talking to you. Please don't stop sending the emails. I love them. Continued success and my very best to your family. Take care, my friend.
Thank you, Rob. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, buddy. Exo Nation, William Federer, our special guest this hour, www.americanminute.com. I'll be back on the other side of this news break as we continue, for now, from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away.